Right, from keto, paleo and even slow, diet culture's consistently transformed over the decades. And today the likes of Ozempic are more topical than ever before.
And while the effects of a diet might be visible in the short term, the psychological and physical impacts of crash dieting can cause more harm than good.
What's the best way to reduce? Eat what you want or starve yourself?
A heavy question with a saturated number of answers.
Special K. Keep the muscle, lose the fat.
The Grapefruit 45 diet to help shed pound after pound of unwanted fat.
Today is day 3 of my cabbage soup diet.
Some of history's diets a struggle to believe, while others we've heard time and time again.
You replace 2 meals a day, so breakfast, lunch or dinner, with 2 shakes.
Dieting is no new trend. Its influence stretching far and wide.
Give me like 3 weeks, and I had to lose 16 pounds down today to be able to fit this.
A cultural obsession stemming from Hollywood, from intermittent fasting.
16 hours without food.
She knows so much about health and fitness, so I just defer to what Jen says.
To teas and tonics.
It's a great one.
Today the dial has switched from drinks to drugs.
It's not a sin to use Ozempic if you have a weight problem, so why not talk about it?
Oprah, Kelly Clarkson, Amy Schumer and Elon Musk all admit medication helped drop the kilos. A trend once restricted to the stars, now making its way to the suburbs. And for more, we're joined by obesity expert Dr. Nick Fuller from the University of Sydney. Nick, good to have you here. I guess diet culture's not exactly a new phenomenon, but these crash diets, what do they do to your health goals?
You're entirely right. We have been talking about diets for the better part of 5 decades, but they have done nothing except contribute to the very problem they're proclaiming to solve, and that's weight loss followed by weight regain. And to answer your question, what happens is our body shuts down and goes into starvation mode the minute we start to lose just a couple of kilos of weight loss. Our metabolism lowers by about 15% that we can't account for. So it's shutting down, burning less calories than we otherwise want to. But also your appetite hormones are going haywire, telling you to eat more. And that's not the extent of it. We also have our thyroid gland being suppressed, our adrenal glands pumping out more cortisol. Basically, you're doomed for failure the minute you start dieting because your body's working against you. And it's this evolutionary protection mechanism in place to make you go back to your start point so that, you know, we could back tens of thousands of years ago in order to procreate and survive.
Yeah, OK. You estimate by the time a woman is 60, she will have tried 45 diets. I mean, that is extraordinary, about half for men. We're totally obsessed by them. The more diets you do, is it a case that it is the more difficult to lose weight the next time because you're resetting things in your metabolism?
100%. And look, there's no questioning that diets work in the short term. We get weight loss regardless of the diet we follow. Some are more drastic than others, but what we're not talking about is that long-term pain that we're going through, not just the physical damage through weight regain, but the psychological ramifications that come with weight cycling and the effect that has on our self-esteem and self-worth. So what we really need to stop doing as a nation is dieting. We're talking about new diets at the moment. You know, it was keto not that long ago, now it's the intermittent fasting, but they're not achieving any better results than their predecessors. You will get weight loss, but long-term, when we follow these patients up in our clinic at the University of Sydney and Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, they've not just put the weight back on from the diet that they lost, they've put on an extra 10%, the GST, because the body's preparing for its next bout of starvation.
This whole conversation now involves talking about medication and Ozempic, obviously. Not designed for weight loss, but with proven benefits in weight loss. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on governments to see whether or not they get added to PBSs for the specific reason of weight loss. What's your view on these drugs?
I guess there's 2 important points to make here. Like any medication, while we take it, it works. And in this case, it works for weight loss. The minute we go off it, we go back to where we started. We put that weight back on and we end up again in a worse off position. But secondly, what we need to be doing is if we are taking, weight loss medications, we still need to be following an evidence-based lifestyle program, listening to healthcare professionals that actually know what they're talking about and making changes to our diet, exercise and sleep not following fad diets, and not continuing with those unhealthy eating habits that we otherwise would.
What do you advise people to do then? You just mentioned a couple of things there, but they might not know who a sensible person is to talk to about this.
Yeah, you're right. So I guess when it comes down to doing something about your weight and your health, throw away the diets, block out all of that noise, and remember that lifestyle intervention does work and should be the first line therapy for anyone that needs to lose weight. And we've found that when we get people to lose weight in small manageable chunks using an IWL or interval weight loss program, you can prevent the body's usual response to weight loss. So you don't have the metabolism shutting down, you don't have the appetite hormones going haywire, but importantly, this program or app is teaching you how to form healthy habits that last a lifetime.
So controlled diet, not crash diet.
Not crash diet. It's actually telling you to eat more, not less.
There you go.
So how does it work?
So you're getting a person to lose weight in small manageable chunks every second month, just a couple of kilos. Every second month you have to actually take the foot off the accelerator. You've got to stand on those scales and you've got to maintain the weight from the month before, because otherwise your body starts going into shutdown mode. But importantly, you're also starting to eat from big to small throughout the day. You're making sure each meal is balanced with a source of carb, protein and fat. We're not telling you to cut out certain foods or food groups. And we're also helping you retrain your brain, because everyone struggles with emotional and comfort eating in the modern day environment. Our favourite foods are on every corner of every block. These foods are screaming out to us in order for us to keep going back for them. And they're the ones causing weight gain.
Which we're starting to talk about now, food noise. There's really interfering with a lot of people's lifestyles and brains and reprogramming that food noise, which some people on Ozempic said has actually helped them do that. That's the big thing, isn't it? Just cutting all that out.
It's cutting it out and retraining our brain back to nature's treats. Our brain's always going to seek them out, but we want the ones that are naturally high in sugar and fat, like the fruits, the papaya, the berries, the nuts and the seeds. All of those foods actually give us that high we're looking for, but make us feel great afterwards, and they also give us all that nutrition we're looking for and help us on our long-term weight loss journey.
Did you just mention that there is an app that people can download?
There is. So you can download the Interval Weight Loss or IWL app, Apple Store, Google Play Store. You can get a 30-day free trial. You can get a healthcare professional that studied the nutrition of science and obesity to help you regain control of your health and your weight.
Wow, fascinating. Yeah, thanks very much, Nick.
Thank you very much for having me on.